Hello, my name is Dan.
Hi, I'm Emily.
Welcome to our micro house.
Come on inside. Hey, this is our kitchen. We decided that we wanted to have a lot of conveniences that we enjoyed, and so it's evolved a little bit. The things that we enjoy most, this is my countertop. It is a piece of wood I got from Lowe's, and I shishuggi bound it, so it does still bring some of that texture outside, but it's a little bit lighter, so it gives it a little bit of contrast. And this right here is a piece of wood that we use to cover the sink to give us more counter space. And we have a galvanized sink here that we use. And my wonderful Dan will tell you, this is my $17 sink and my, $150 faucet. This is our induction burner that we have, and the Cozy Kit actually, for things that are not induction, it actually will transfer the heat so that you can use other pots and pans for that. It works really good. It's kind of new. We're still learning how to cook with it, but we really enjoy it. We have a lot of storage here, so like you see, our bananas, our spices, anything can fit in here, our plates, our glasses. Really good to keep things up off the counter as much as possible. This is actually new. We did this about a month or two ago. I was afraid that it was going to encroach into the space too much, so it took me forever to get it done just because I was afraid that it would be too much, but it is actually perfect. I love it. All of my jars that we have are all the wide mouth, so they all interchange no matter what size they are. So, and I have a few extra lids in case I need something to go into the refrigerator. And so this is just a really good extra space. So this is a fireman's ladder. This was gifted to us when we did our vows renewal back in 2018. And it was very long. We had made a big, nice, it was put between two trees and had lanterns and things that we made hanging on it. So we cut it. So a portion of it is at my son's house and another portion at my daughter's house, and they use it leaned up against the wall for a blanket rack, and then we have the bottom portion of it that we've used as a pantry. And so all of our things are right here, works really good, and has it really handy. Little measuring cups and all, and our induction pot here. So here's our refrigerator. It's small, but it does hold a lot of things. We do shop differently than we used to. So we go to the grocery store every few days instead of like stocking up. And so I think that it actually helps us eat fresher. And plus I won't go back and get more things until we eat what we have. So we waste a lot less. This right here is our bathroom cubby. It holds our towels, our toiletries and things such as that. Our cleaning supplies drawers, things, and then our toaster oven. I can cook anything in this toaster oven. I make lavender cream scones, homemade banana bread. I even have a little cast iron skillet that I make cornbread in. So those of y'all from the South, you can still make cornbread in a toaster oven. So everyone needs a good junk drawer. This is ours. Be careful. You'll find everything in here from a Scrabble game to let's see what else is back there. Pliers, yeah, tools and everything. Because it's the junk drawer, and we even have a little bus. And then this is our pots and pans and things in here. And then, of course, the dog Scout has his cubby as well. Everything having a home really helps a lot to stay organized, even though it does, obviously, we live in here, so it does get disorganized at times. Once every few months, I have a tarp that's in the Dan cave that you saw earlier, and I bring it out and I'll bring everything outside and kind of go through things. So I'm constantly on is this helping us live our best life? If not, then it finds a new home. I'm really good at finding homes for all of our stuff that we don't need anymore because someone else can use it. I went to Lowe's and I bought a book that changed my life. It was written by Deke Diedrichson. I started following him on relaxshacks.com. I went to a build by myself in Riegelwood, North Carolina at Stephen Harrell's property, and I met so many people. I found out about the festivals, and at that time Dan was like, nope.
Dan said, I'm not pooping in a bucket.
But it's not just that. It's not just that simplified. We'll get to that later. March of 2017, we went to the second annual Georgia Tiny House Festival. We camped out. It was very cold and windy, and Dan got to meet everyone and go into a tiny house, and that alone changed his mind. After that, we went home. We went and stayed in our tent for a week. At FDR State Park. But we were going to work. I work as a nurse. Dan was FedExing at the time. Yes. He rides a motorcycle, and so we would come to the tent. And our tent is a backpacking tent, so you can't even stand up in it. So we would come to the tent, sleep, get up early, go to the bathhouse, get changed, go to work, come home to a tent with an outside kitchen for a week to see if we could do that. And we were like, okay, we can do it. So this is our sofa area, and this was the top of my hope chest my papa built for me, and we have repurposed it into a table that can hang up from these hooks here. Really good to sit at and eat, or use it when I bring the computer out and I need to do a little bit of online stuff, or also I do a little bit of crafting still. So I do have a project box that I'm working through, and I do travel with a sewing machine as well that I'm still learning how to use. But I actually learned how to take a t-shirt from Goodwill and a pillow that I found at Goodwill and make a cool Beatles pillow here. And I made the cushions for this as well. So these three drawers here are really cool space. This is Dan's drawer. This is our computer drawer, and they have these cute arrows on them. And then that's my drawer. So I was born in Red Bay, Alabama, but grew up outside of Tupelo, Mississippi, and Dan was born in Columbus, Georgia, and grew up in Harris County. So that's the state of Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, kind of paying homage to where we came from. So this is our nightstand and our dresser. It serves multiple purposes. My son Joshua made it for us. He helped us with some of the parts of the build. And so this is our mirror, so I can stand here and get ready in the morning. When we're in the bed, this is the way that we sleep with our head here. We can have our phones charging, which mine is doing now. We don't have a TV, but we do have a laptop, so we have some movies that we love. This right here is our change jar, the Mississippi Mud, our bookcase, and also we have a diffuser. So right here, this is really good. It can sit, when you're sitting here, you can sit your cup here and all. But the best part about it is, it's my little step to cheat and get up onto the bed. And so this is very comfy. We have really good head height. Me and Dan and our dog Scout sleep in here. It's a full-size bed. The only thing I don't like about my house is the fact that we didn't do this sooner. That is truly the only thing. I just think about all the time, energy, and money that we wasted or spent on other things instead of having this adventure that we have now. And how that may have impacted my kids to be more consumers and things. So we've really changed how we buy them gifts. We've had to teach people how not to buy us things, and that's been very difficult because people love you and they want to give you things. I'm like, give me consumables. I like good bars of soap. I like good coffee, so you can give me consumables. Gift cards for gas is always helpful, but not so much things. And that's a hard one. People like things. So our bed is very cozy. We enjoy it, me again, and Dan and Scout, his little piggy. This right here is very comfortable. It is an AC unit. For a traditional size home, it would be a supplemental heat, but for us, it works very well. It's really overkill for the space, but it works really well. Dan's friend, we used his pole barn to assemble the pieces that we had been working on building at our house, and we needed a dry place. So while we were there, I found this stick laying in their yard, and I said, can I have that? It's a really cool stick. And they're like, well, yeah. So I took it back and sanded it down, the bark off of it, and treated it, and then wrapped it with some fairy lights. And so at night it gives a really nice ambiance, and all we enjoy. It's really cool.
This is our storage underneath the bed. That's why we came to a certain height where it was comfortable to sit up top without our head hitting the ceiling, and so we'd have extra storage underneath. We have our composting potty right here. Actually, that was it used to be Emily's hope chest that her grandfather built for her back when she was 15, and she wanted to repurpose it because the kids didn't want it. And it's very easy. when you have to use the potty, you just close the curtains and you roll this bad boy out and do your business, and you cover it up with composting material, and it's really no odor, folks. It's pretty simple. And this is Emily's closet. My closet's over there, which you can tell the difference because she tried to decorate hers. I'm just plain Jane. And also the little closets that we had built, that also has wheels on it too to make it convenient to, we do what we call the stuff shuffle. You roll the potty out and then you just pull that over to the side and pull that out for your closet. And also this only goes probably back this far, so we got extra stuff back there. And in the right hand corner over here we have a 2.5 gallon hot water heater that and over here on this side is where the electrical is plumbed in, and awesome. Believe it or not, folks, everything we own is right here. Okay, folks, a lot of people love our floor. A lot of people think it's old barn wood, but actually you can do a lot with anything if you just use your imagination. This is actually plywood. We had some left over. Instead of buying flooring, Emily's like, hey, you know, why don't we make flooring out of that? So we cut it up into 4-inch strips. She painted it, sanded it, and then also she made her very own stain out of steel wool and vinegar. And there we are with this beautiful piece right here. We have the shiplap look, but this is not actual shiplap because we was trying to go as light as possible and save weight, and actually every inch matters in here. So that is actually a 1/4-inch plywood that we use for the walls, but we just cut it to 6-inch pieces to give it that look. This is our home. It's a 5x10 micro house. Some people call it a bardo. Me and my wife constructed this back in 2019. And this is Eastern pine board. We use the old ancient method of shishugibon. It's where you take and burn the wood and then you clean it off really well and then you put oil on it to preserve it. And the only upkeep on it is once a year you put more oil on it. And also this is our outside cooking area. We have one inside as well. And right here, we had a extra long tongue put on this thing. The trailer itself is actually 16 foot long from tongue to the back because we were gonna use this to put the motorcycle on to travel with, but come to find out it was too much tongue weight, so we found another use for this area. We built a storage area and put some decking here because before too long we're gonna add a shower on this end. And over here is our inlet for our power that runs into the main box underneath the bed in the house. And Emily has all these wonderful hooks that come in handy for hanging jackets, the dog kennel. She has plants that she hangs outside also.
This is all that we have. Everything that we own is right here. It's really liberating that when you travel and go to different places, you have all your things. Everything that you need is here. Before, I was always worried about doing the right thing, doing things the right way, being perfect. And then I realized that we're all here doing the best that we can with what we've been given. We all have these beautiful, wonderful stories, and our home is an expression of that. It's an extension of what is important to us, and that's one thing that I love about the community, that if you meet the people and then you go into their homes, you get to see that, and you get to see what they're about, and that's beautiful. I wish that more of the world was this way, and maybe each one of us, as we move towards this, we can have that more. Before, on that cycle of work really hard, work overtime to have a nice new vehicle, have all the nice new things, wear the nice new clothes and all of these things. And if we're lucky, we get to go on vacation to Panama City once a year, and maybe a couple of little weekend trips here and there. And I thought, there has to be something more than this. We're not old, we're mature. So we're kind of the opposite of what you normally see in the tiny world. Most is young people starting out, and we're actually empty nesters starting the next chapter. Thank you for coming and visiting our home, Micro House. Hope it gave you some ideas and inspiration that you don't have to live in a tiny structure to be a minimalist or go tiny, but just whatever works for you is what's going to be the best.